Yes, guys, Wendy is home and healing after leaving the wellness center yesterday. Yesterday was the 18th. She entered the center last month. Her publicist, Sean Zanotti, told ET News and confirmed to Yahoo Entertainment. So Wendy is excited about the road to recovery and the road ahead of her, and is looking forward to releasing her many projects. Zanotti said as he passed on the message from the former host of the Wendy Williams show. She said, "Thank you, my fans, for your love, support, and many prayers. I am back and better than ever." The Wendy Williams show officially ended back in June of this year, and Sherry Shepherd is at the helm. Sherry is the current host of her own talk show, Sherry. She filled in for Wendy Williams for much of the final season as Wendy struggled with health issues. Wendy, who is now 58 years old, suffers from Graves' disease. So you guys may be wondering, what is Graves' disease? Well, it's an immune system disorder of the thyroid gland in the throat. The thyroid gland is to the side of the throat, and it's overproduction of the thyroid hormone. As you guys can see in the above picture, those two little things to the side of the throat that looks like a butterfly with wings to the side right there, that's the thyroid gland. That's where it sits. And when there's an overproduction of the thyroid hormone, there are side effects, and the side effects are notably the puffy eyes. Sometimes you see people with puffy eyes, but most times you see people with the bulging eyes, the big bulging eyes like Wendy has. That is a sign also. So it is an immune disorder. But thanks to the medicines we have now, all these things are treatable. Things that were not treatable years ago when I was growing up, they are now treatable because the primary treatment and the goals are to reduce the amount of thyroid hormones that the body produces and lessen the severity of the symptoms. So there's medicine out there. You just got to see your doctor for those who are suffering with the same thing. Know that it's treatable. You don't have to suffer with those things anymore. So the next disease that Wendy is battling is lymphedema. And she has, I guess, double whammies upon whammies. So she's got enough problems going on. She don't need an additional problem of regressing back into alcoholism and letting that be a new problem in her life or a reoccurring problem. She has to stop drinking, period. So according to the Mayo Clinic, lymphedema is the condition in which there's a lymphatic blockage. There's a blockage in the system. You guys know lymph nodes are all over the body. If you have a cut and if you get an infection in that wound, any kind of wound, the lymph nodes will swell in that area. And what it does is to aid in trapping bacteria and signal there's an infection. And so the blockage is in her leg area. So we know that the lymphatic system in that area is all blocked. So the lymph nodes are very important to the body. So the primary purpose of the lymphatic system is to filter out harmful substances and waste products. They also contain immune cells called lymphocytes that destroys cancer cells and bacteria. That's the role of the lymphocytes. The lymphocytes will destroy cancer cells and bacteria. Like if you get a cut, any part of your body, and bacteria gets into that wound, that cut, and the bacteria tries to go into your system, into your tissue, you're going to have swelling because those lymphocytes are fighting like soldiers on the front line to kill the bacteria that's entering. It also filters fluid. Filtered fluid is then returned to the blood circulation. But if there's a blockage and the fluid cannot return, then the fluid is going to pool in the outer extremities, either the legs or the hands. And you will see the swelling, the excess swelling that Wendy Williams have. If you have an infection or cancer, the lymph nodes in that area will become swollen. And that will signal to you that something is wrong. You have an infection. You need to check it out with a doctor. Sometimes you feel the swollen lymph nodes on your armpit. Oftentimes when you get a cut on the hand or the finger, you will get the swollen lymph nodes under the armpit because that's signaling. It signals an infection. And usually if you look at your finger, wherever that cut is, it's probably pus coming out of it. An infection is there. So the lymph nodes are very important. And so this is what Wendy Williams have going on with her legs. There's blockage. And so it's swollen because the fluids are not getting through. It's all backed up. Another diagnosis that Wendy have is vertigo. Now, vertigo is a sudden internal or external spinning sensation. Oftentimes, it's triggered by moving your head too quickly, or sometimes if you're bending and you stand too quickly. If you're laying on the bed and you sit up too quickly, you feel that little spinning, or lightheadedness. That's what is known as vertigo. In March 2019, she told her audience that she was living in a sober house as she sought treatment for problems with addiction. Now, her publicist, Zanotti, announced in September that Wendy had made a serious move for her well-being. Wendy had entered a wellness facility seeking help to manage her overall health issues, Zanotti said. She is taking some time to focus on her health, her wellness, as she prepares for a major comeback for the next level in her career with the Wendy Experience podcast. He further said, Miss Williams is being treated by a team of some of the best doctors in the world. We ask for your prayers and well wishes during this time. So in the past few years, Wendy has had the battle of her life. She has had to overcome several hurdles, including the death of her mother, a messy divorce, and people question her state of mind. She also battled Wells Fargo Bank, which is still ongoing. Wells Fargo claims that Wendy cannot handle her own money and has shut her account down. Wendy has yet to provide details on her upcoming projects, including the planned podcast. But we've heard her talk about her podcast before, that is going to be bigger than anything she's ever done. But the information, the details, she has yet to disclose to the public. So Wendy is now 58 years old, folks. Wendy needs to quit playing, okay? 58 is not too far from that retirement age of 65. In 2 years, she's going to be 60. What is she thinking of? Still getting high and carrying on foolishly at her age. Come on now, get it together, Wendy. This rehab every minute. That's for the young folks, not when you get close to 60. That's for the birds, honey. You should be thinking of retiring now. You go into rehab. How many times are you going to keep slipping and going to rehab? Come on now. Enough is enough. The public is through with you, Wendy. You know, there's a saying, there's no fool like an old fool. Now, don't prove us right, Wendy Williams. Get your shit together. I hate to say, get your stuff together. Because I like Wendy, you know. I wish her well, but I'm sick and tired of reading every freaking minute she's in rehab. And she's about to turn 60 in 2 years. She's 58 currently. It's ridiculous. When you get a certain age, you got to give up all that recreational crap. Now, not too long ago, Wendy was talking about a comeback. Well, if you're going to come back, this is not how you do it, okay, honey? You do not drown yourself in alcohol and whatever else you're doing, because I'm not with you to see what you're doing. So I can only say, whatever else you're doing, that's not how you make a comeback. And then you put yourself in rehab. So all these projects you got now on hold until you recover again and get well again. How many times are you going to go down the same road? Come on now. I'm tired for you. If Wendy is not tired for herself, I'm tired for Wendy. I'm sick and tired of seeing her in rehab and some kind of recovery and lying and covering up that that's not why she's in there. She's just there to get herself together. Nobody goes to rehab just to relax, okay? At least for the past few months, for the past few rehab check-ins, she has told the truth, and her publicist has put out the truth. And her family, who were sitting on the information, is now speaking out because they feel as though by speaking out it's going to help her. But Wendy, get your shit together. I'm tired of you now. But she is promising a comeback. Kudos to Wendy Williams. We wish her all the best with her new projects and also her recovery. YouTubers, I'm over and out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.